Hey, Greg in Wichita, Kansas. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I'm with the help of my GoPro camera. I'm going to show you what's involved with cutting clear lenses for your Ray-Ban 2132 new Wayfarers, color 901L in size 55. Let's go ahead and get started. I am going to take your Ray-Ban case out of the cardboard package that Ray-Ban sends me. Here is your Ray-Ban frame and Ray-Ban cleaning cloth. Put that back in the case for now. They always send it to me with one plastic sleeve on the left temple. If they think it's a good idea to send it with one temple, I'm going to put a second one on this side to send to you. So, first thing I'm going to do is, you know, this G15, that's actually the straightest it's ever been, but I've never seen it so high before. But I'm going to pop out the original heavy glass, breakable glass lenses out of your frame and cut some clear lenses for it. I'm going to take your Italian frame, put it in my Italian edger, my Santinelli LE1000, $30,000 piece of equipment here. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Put it on your kitchen table so you can cut glasses at home, and put me out of business so I can relax and take a day off, so I'm not working 15-hour days, 7 days a week to get everything shipped. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So it has already traced the right side. It is now tracing the left side. And now I'm just about to pull the shape of your frame up onto the computer. And if this were a prescription, I would type in your pupillary distance, because there is none. I'm going to just make it match the frame. This is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a plastic frame, and I know from experience that there's a deeper bevel on the 55, so I'm going to take it down just a little bit in advance, and I would actually be shocked if this lens fits the first time around. I'm taking your lenses out of the protective coating that they are shipped to me in. I need to attach this block to it while I put it in the lathe, so there's a double-sided sticker on here. One side is already stuck to the block. I'm going to pull the other side of that sticker off and place it on your lens. Let's do it again on this side. Now, if this were a prescription lens, I would put it in my blocker, have this lined up, find the optical center of your lens, and then put that on there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put your polycarbonate lens into the edger, into the chuck. Hey, Chuck. And the first thing it's going to do is nothing, because I got to hit the start button. You know, for $30,000, you think this thing would start automatically, but no, I still have to hit a button. Alright, this is going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to fit into the frame, and it is. This is just a routine operation that happens every time that I can't stop. In fact, it does it twice. It is now tracing the concave side of your lens, which is closest to the eyelashes. Now it is tracing the convex side, which is away from your face. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. It is this wheel on the left of the three. This first wheel grinds away all of your lens. This second wheel is actually what puts the bevel on it inside that channel. This third wheel polishes the lens, but we will not be polishing this one. This will get loud and I'll have to close the door, but I want you to see your lens strike the cutting wheel. We'll come back in a little bit and see how that is progressing. Dry this off so you can see inside for now. Now, the lens you are receiving, not only is it a polycarbonate lens, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic, it is virtually unbreakable. It is also bulletproof up to .22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection. So this is like having permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Make sure you always wear UV protection outside, because we know what the sun's harmful rays can do to your skin. Whatever it does to your skin, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive. The long-term exposure to UV is what we commonly call cataracts, or which lazy people call Cadillac. So not only is it the very premium lens, it's also aspheric, meaning that it is flatter. It doesn't have that very high curvature that a spherical lens would have. It starts off curved and then flattens as it goes outward. So you don't get that ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance from anything you get from me. I'm a licensed optician. I cut prescription glasses all day long. I don't cut junk. It's not going to go inside my $30,000 piece of equipment. Now we're getting closer to the final shape, and if you can notice, the lens is still flat all the way around, almost like a nickel, where it would stand up on its own. It is yet to receive its knife-like edge. Well, more like dull oyster shell. Now it's putting the bevel on there so it'll stay inside the bevel of the frame. There is water in the background to collect the dust, but polycarbonate cuts dry. In just a moment, water will cut in just to rinse away the last of the debris. A little optical bath, if you will. There we go. I'm going to close the door so my $30,000 worth of electronics don't get wet. I tried to call Santinelli and tell them, hey, make a machine you can run with the door open, and they tell me, hey, forget about it. So, hey, that's kind of response I get. My next one for $50,000, I'll be able to run with my door open. How's that? Or I can just drill a hole right here and mount the camera there. Get a good close-up view. All right, let me see if I dry that off so I get everything too wet. Let's see, it is now 8:20 on Tuesday, March 4th. It's 36 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. Now, your lens is mostly done. It still has a little bit of rough edges. I'm going to dry this off so I don't drop it on live TV, but I'm going to go to my handstone, which is completely flat. It just works on friction. In fact, my finger's getting hot just from putting it on there. But I'm going to put on there what's known as the safety bevel. You can see this white powdery substance on the edge of the lens. It keeps me up all night. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't even joke about that. But I scraped that off with my thumbnail. In fact, I do this so much, I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail from scraping the lenses. My friends call it an occupational thumbnail. So I collect all of that debris, the schwarf as it is known. I put it on the counter, and then I wipe it on the floor. I love to remind kids during this period that I am a professional. I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Don't expect to be able to do this on the first day. So in order to make sure it fits, I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outer corner closest to me. And with my thumbs, I push down at the nose. And it goes in, but I still want to make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the left lens. And I know from experience I can just take it down a little bit here, 1/10 of a millimeter smaller than the last one cut. The right lens was a guinea pig, and now I'll cut the left just a little bit smaller. It's going to go and repeat the same process you saw before. But my many fans out there have emailed me and said they like to watch this part, so I'll let it run and then I'll go and do some work. I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to do some archaic handstone work that terrifies most opticians nowadays. In fact, most opticians don't even cut their own lenses. 95% of all optical shops literally just take an order like they're a waiter at a restaurant. They send it out to a lab somewhere, and the lab does the work, and they tell you to come back in 10 to 14 days. And if something's not right with your glasses, they say they have to send it back to the lab, and it'll take another 10 to 14 days, where if I have a problem, I'll fix it right now within 15 minutes. So as it strikes the cutting wheel, I'm going to close the door and get to work. So I need to take the block off of the lens. That's not needed anymore. I'm going to put it in a machine, hit the lever, pull that out. Now, in order to get the lens out, it's just the opposite. I had the frame like this when I mounted it. I'm going to turn it over, and it's always with your thumb at the nose. I'm right-handed, so I grab the frame with my left hand, and you can torque the frame. You're not going to hurt it. Take your thumb at the nose and push outward. The lens will pop right out. I'm going to go to my handstone and just take it down just a little bit more all the way around. Dry that off again. Try mounting in the frame just like before. This time I turn it upright. I tuck it in at the outside corner, and with my thumbs push down at the nose. It's still a little bit more give than I like, so I'm going to take it out one more time. Do a little bit more. The reason I do this, if you ever want lenses from me in the future, prescription or anything else you may want to get, clear lenses in this frame is an extremely hot look right now, but there may be times you want to use these as sunglasses, and I sell the unbreakable tinted lenses as well as polarized. So again, I'm going to tuck it into the outside corner, pop it in. That is much easier. Now, some people like to pull down at the bottom of the frame here to pop it out, and you can do that. I just know that this is one of the weaker areas, and during the wintertime in very cold climates, I don't know how cold Witchita, Kansas gets, but if it ever fails, that's where it will break at. This is the strongest part of the frame right here. This is the thickest. That's why I apply all the torque there. So again, I'm going to pop that in, but if you ever want unbreakable polarized lenses or just tinted lenses, you can order them from me. These glass lenses, Glass does scratch, although people think it is very durable, but if you drop it, it will shatter just like glass does. If you're wearing these glass lenses and you get hit with a rock or a baseball, this glass shatters, cuts your eye wide open, and you'll never see again. That will never happen with these lenses. Now, one thing I'll do before I ship is make sure the frame is in standard alignment. That means that it's touching on a 3-point stance, with the bottom of the frame being 1 and each temple being 2. I place it down, I apply pressure on both sides, there is no wobble. I flip it over, check that, make sure both hinges line up perfectly and the same amount of tension to close them. Now, 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments. If you just ask them, if these frames are too loose or too tight, or if one side is higher than the other, just stop by your local place, tell them, they'll know exactly what to do. Should only take about 10 to 15 seconds to adjust a pair of glasses if the person knows what they are doing. So I'm now going to take it out of the chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Dry it off. And I'm going to go back to the handstone and put the safety bevel. Take away the last of any rough edges. Use my occupational thumbnail to scrape this white powdery substance off. Again, put it on the counter, wipe it on the floor. Kids. I have a 15-volume video that I go through each step of the way showing you how to wipe stuff on the floor. Watch all 15 episodes and you'll be a pro at it like me. Okay, so again, I tuck it into the outside corner, push down with the thumbs. It goes in that easy to test the way it comes out with the thumb at the nose again. I grab the frame with my left hand and push. It comes out. To remount it, turn it back over, tuck it into the outside corner, push down at the nose. I'm going to take this block off. Just double check that it is still in standard alignment. Dry everything off. By the way, you do get a Ray-Ban cleaning cloth with your case. I will provide instructions on how to care for your cloth and frame, so not just the frame, but the case and the cloth, so it'll last you for years. Make sure it is in standard alignment. We are good to go. Get this ready for shipping. Greg in Wichita, again, hey, I really appreciate you buying a second pair of frames for me within 1 week's time. If I can be any help, if anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. And I hope it's been fun watching how your glasses get made, and you've been able to learn and see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.